Daily and weekly charts, bullish and bear breaks. Pretty much a sideways day, grinding up slowly, not much good trading, and a real dip in the ES after hours. Had a little day of rest in the markets today. A lot of sideways action, ended up almost a perfect doji. We opened at 265.55. We closed at 265.64. So just right where we started the day. A lot of sideways motion after hours. I guess around 7 p.m. Eastern time. 6:49 is when the futures just collapsed. Your Dow, your S&P is way down here right now. Here's your 5-minute chart. This was your tank right here at 650, straight down, and that was off of news that we announced 100 billion new threatened 100 billion new tariffs against China. So this little doji day don't mean a whole lot. We'll see what happens tomorrow. That's why you don't want to be swing trading right now. That's why your options prices are so high right now. And day trading today was really tough because we were in such a chop all day. A picture of our short-term futures chart that signaled the short at 6:49 p.m. 26.57, and it's had a pretty big tank, and this is 15 minutes behind. When I took this, it may have been lower by that point in time. And our AD lines all day is just a chop fest all day long, up, down, up, down. You really couldn't get any real momentum in anything. You just had to find a stock here and there to trade, and at the right moment. It wasn't an easy day for making money at all on day trading. And swing trading, you don't, like I said earlier, it hadn't been an environment to be thinking about that of late, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So the list here is pretty much useless. I'll show it, and everything that was in the bear zone might be more useful than the bull zones. This is a look at our bull list today. On what was up pretty strong. A lot of stocks that I don't normally trade, don't watch, I see on here. Had some pretty good days. Get back on the daily here. This was our weekly bull break. Had a few more stocks show up there. PANW had a monster day today, and it had had a good day yesterday as well. That's got after hours in it. I switched this chart to after hours. He capped up this morning, gave a lot of craziness early, kind of settled in there, and then this settlement here on the VWAP, that was the trade right there off that stock today. And then again over here late afternoon, that was a good in-play stop. Wasn't very many there. The daily bears, I believe this was our earnings, missed earnings here on this one. Some of these continue to have bad days. This was off the 50-day yesterday, right up under it. This morning opened, it just headed straight back down off that 50-day. This was middle of the day, basing sideways, and this stock finally lost it for about $1 loss there into some support. Weekly bears. ALNY continued to have a rough day today, and these were just minor, but they're showing up. So the recap video on the bears might be a better watch list than anything. It's our new shorter format video. You don't even need to watch the last 15 minutes. Those are tutorials on the recap sheets and the charts. If you need the tutorial on the charts or about what the graphs mean in the recap with the yellow and red and green lines on the watch list, go over to 9 minutes before the end of this video, and there's a complete tutorial about the recap grids and about the charts. That's the last part of the video. That's where you'll find the subscribe window, and right after that is where the tutorials are. It's the last 9 minutes of the video. If you're already familiar with that, you don't need to watch when you get to that point. And that's where this subscribe screen will appear right before the tutorial. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off our STS Pivot System charting package. Many charts as they progress through the factors, and you'll be able to pick up on some trades many days ahead of what the bull and bear zone breaks show on the swing trade list. You'll see charts like this that triggered a short back on the 19th and gave this retracement alert that we traded today on the 21st, with the price to re-enter the trade right on the chart, red zone retracement. You'll find out more about that right after the recap grids. We got a section there we're going to tell you about that. We'll take a look at the bulls here first on the recap list. I think it's going to become time here. Still not good for swing trading, but to start focusing in on some day trading off earnings news. Just try to pick you some stocks there that may give you something in play. These I just updated these right here when I popped this out, so all this is up to date. These were today's, of course, we were looking at. These are some stocks that still continued higher today, stayed in the bull zone. Some of these strong stocks may be top of your list to see if they can continue even with this plunge in the market. These stocks are trading on their own momentum, and they may can overcome it, but for the most part, you know how most things are going to move with the market, so I'd be careful. But this would be a good watch list of stocks that are extremely strong. Now this one was in the bull zone yesterday, had a big day, but then of course the earnings brought it back down, so of course that doesn't, you don't want to stay on that. It don't have a green check. This stock we put up a few days ago, it's still kind of grinding up. It may trade on its own. It's not a big mover. Humana didn't do a whole lot today, had that big gap up yesterday, still riding in this little consolidation here. And PVH again today. What a monster. Take a little deeper look at those bears. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System charting package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one, ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. We'll be showing that PVH video a little bit later on tonight in our calls in action video, reading our STS pivot system charts and how you can work those in your advantage in your daily trading. $69 a month subscription model, 7-day free trial. This is our bear list. New daily bears, we looked at those a minute ago, and the weekly bears. Gold came down today. This stock had an up day, but it's still down in the bear zone, or was in the bear zone yesterday, so it's out of the bear zone, no check mark. It may go back there tomorrow with the market doing what it's doing. I don't know how much stuff's going to get affected by that, but generally when it's falling as hard as it did on the ES minis, it may bounce right back tomorrow, because it's just threats that open up negotiating tables. Just play it. The other day they came out with those tariff stuff early in the morning. We had a 500-point gap down and end up by the end of the day. So just trade what the market brings you if you're day trading, and it still ain't a market to be setting up swing trades. This is the bear zone. There's not going to be that many bears from 4 days ago, but I'm going to go ahead and sort this, and maybe we can pick up the few that are still pretty weak. They obviously aren't going to gain momentum in a real bad market. So those are the ones that are still in the bear zone that still had red days, and we'll sort this out too and get you the green. The red stocks that are in this list, because if they were red today, they might be more red tomorrow. BRTX had a pretty rough day. It had been up for 2 days, and it just drifted lower all day and got worse and worse, and we actually traded this some today. And video ended up down for the day off Citron Buzz, and traded that some as well. A lot of down stocks that would be a great watch list for tomorrow. The way this market is, you got this list of stocks that's getting weaker and weaker already on this choppy day. We'll slide this down when you try to get a whole look at this entire list. There's a lot of stocks on this list. Just pause the video. I'm going to put them back in alphabetical order and run them down again for you. Now you're down to the green stocks. I was trying to let you see the red ones, so we'll put them back in alphabetical order, take one more good look. Just keep pausing along here where you can get a better look at that whole list. Appreciate you watching our videos. Go over to our website at daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 Trading, and you can read about our trading package, and you can watch our calls in action video and see some of the setups right on the chart. The prices that you see plotted on the charts that I share has a line in the price. That was the trigger price. That trigger price is on that chart before it ever triggers. Sometimes it runs on a factor system. Starts out with 2 X factors, 1 X factors, so they can be there. If you're on a 50 factor chart, it could be there as much as $1 before it ever triggers. And we show in our training videos how to go back and look at the charts, how we anticipate the price movement for a good setup and our entry into a trade. And you can use these for swing trading, option trading, day trading. And it takes the emotions out of figuring out what you want to do. It's right on the chart for you. You interact the different factors together, time your entries. It's very straightforward. There's 2 long trades and 2 short trades. And you can see a little more in our calls in action video. And we appreciate you watching this one. And we'll see you tomorrow. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off the STS Pivot System charting package, where we'll be viewing some trades as they progress and reviewing the status of them, and you may can pick up some trades many days ahead of these bull and bear break, as you heard us speak about in previous videos. Be looking at STS Pivot System charts that'll show you this break right here on Facebook that occurred. Ended up being a $9 run, and then again as it got here it gave another alert to break down here, and then it triggered here for this short for another $2 run. This is how our pivot system charting package looked early in the morning before 10 o'clock, between 9:45 and 10. This triggered at this price, and before it triggered, when you see this little box right here, it indicates that this box was present, giving you the exact trigger price of that long watch alert. This stock proceeded to go from below 165 all the way up to $173, and all along the way our pivot system charting package kept you in the trade. It never said get out. It never crossed below the line enough to turn it back red, and when it does approach these lines, we use this as well. You do not see any predictions of a reversal yet, and if you don't see the predictions as it pulls back, the trend is really still strong enough that we're going to give a retracement off of this level, and that's where this little box comes in. The trend retracement level, the entry price is right here. This stands for green zone retracement. We're in our green zone. We retrace, and when this occurs, it's when you look here for your entry price, which would have given you the price here and here for these next moves up if you wanted to take intraday trades. Also notice right here at this point in time, about 1:30, as it broke down through the line, it's still saying don't go short. It's predicting the short trigger at 170.95. That's what this little box goes down. This box appears and you have a price. As that price progressed back up, it actually triggered at 121.20 to turn it into red zone. It chopped around here for a bit and then sold off, ended up being over a $2 move. As soon as this box disappears, for either it's no longer a prediction or it is triggered and turns it green to red, this line appears on the chart with the exact price that triggered this and a little trend line. You can even show this big box at the same time if you want to. You got the option to turn that on or off. So it was predicting here, it triggered way over here, and then there's your trade. By waiting on the trigger, you didn't get in early over here. These videos are also going to show you what's set up similar to this. This was breaking down at the time it gave the price in the box, as indicated by this little indicator. There was a box here. Gave you the price ahead of time. This is our favorite trade setup. We fade the green, we go back near the visit, and then we come back and trigger. We lock the retracement first. We triggered at 122.53. This ended up being about $1.50 move down. It actually went lower than this, on down below 121 before it started back up. Well, this was intraday on the 21st at 12:10 p.m. when this triggered. All this was a retracement off of this chart on the bigger factor that was setting up the swing trade setup on a 50 factor chart. This had triggered here on the 19th at 12:44, and it's still right on the chart now live because it's never switched back off from red to green. So this stays on that chart until that happens. So 121.85 was the trigger, the retracement. This was 2 days ago. Retraced the next day, and this was where it was at. On the 20th, I actually put this on watch because I'm looking for it to come back down. I had myself an alert that what was going to trigger using this price, red zone retracement, as it was sitting up here, I noted this price off the chart at that time and did myself an alert. So when my alert went off today, I go straight to the chart that we looked at on the shorter time frame. I was in a downtrend, so I was trend trading. I was trading this retracement alert, and I was aware of it. I kind of picked up on this. So you can pick up these type setups the day before that they happen. The charts interact, so the run up, the retracement on the 50 was green on the 25. You interact the two charts together, you already know you're in a downtrend on the bigger factor, and you've got to set up for continuation trade on that bigger factor, which makes this that much more stronger. You can go over to stspivotsystems.com and find out how you can subscribe to this charting system. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockSwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at. And then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow, when this shifts over here, this number will be the same where we triggered it at. That number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit, pulled back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or bearish chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. You got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after it went in a bear zone the day before. The stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids: the current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents the stock staying above, but the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is a line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify it for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance, and that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.